Daniel, what's the absolute fastest way for a parent to completely lose their mind?
Easy. Googling a minor baby rash at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. You start with a simple search for toddler sneeze, and 4 clicks later, the internet has convinced you your child has contracted an extinct Victorian disease. I'm Ava, and this is Review Remedy. We know that parental panic is real, but instead of letting the algorithms scare you, we look at actual data. Today, we stripped away the medical jargon and parsed the 2026 ScoreDoc.com patient sentiment metrics to give you a definitive, zero-fluff guide to the top pediatric clinics in and around Woodbridge. Interestingly, our analytical data pulled 5 top slots, and the first 2 are actually the 2 distinct, highly rated locations of the exact same powerhouse network just up the road from us, Capital Area Pediatrics. Daniel, let's break down why this network dominates the local footprint.
Happy to be here, everyone. I'm Daniel. When you look at the first location of Capital Area Pediatrics serving our community, which is situated right on North Washington Street, the data highlights the sheer operational advantage of their system. If you are scheduling routine wellness exams or managing long-term milestone tracking at this office, parents appreciate having a dedicated, highly reliable medical home with deep clinical resources.
Absolutely. And that seamlessly connects to the second local branch of Capital Area Pediatrics on our list, located just a few minutes away on Arlington Boulevard. What makes having both of these locations in our area such a massive logistical win for parents is their unified network capability. The patient sentiment cards show that if your primary location on North Washington Street is completely booked for the day, their centralized system allows you to effortlessly grab an open, last-minute sick visit slot at their Arlington Boulevard office instead. You get instant care without having to transfer medical files or re-explain your child's history to an entirely unfamiliar system. Plus, both locations feature their touchless mobile check-in, letting you wait safely in your car instead of a germ-heavy waiting room.
It gives you a built-in backup plan for scheduling emergencies depending on whichever street is easier for your commute that day. Now, if you prefer a smaller, deeply personal neighborhood office where you never feel like a number on a giant corporate spreadsheet, our third clinic on the list is a standout option. CASA Pediatrics, right on Noblewood Plaza.
CASA Pediatrics is highly regarded in local patient reviews for its exceptional community accessibility. What shines brightest in their data is that the entire practice is completely bilingual in English and Spanish, and they offer dedicated morning walk-in hours for sudden acute illnesses. Parents frequently point out that Dr. Casamalwapa Calderon and the clinical team show incredible patience. They actually sit down, look you in the eye, and thoroughly explain developmental milestones without constantly checking a watch. Choose CASA if you want an empathetic family-style relationship where you see the exact same faces at every checkup.
That kind of consistency is a massive relief for parents. Now, let's pivot to the ultimate parental stress test. 9 p.m. on a Saturday night when your kid decides to test gravity off the top of the bunk bed. Instead of dragging them to a chaotic, slow-moving adult hospital emergency room, our fourth spot points parents straight to PM Pediatric.
PM Pediatric is an absolute lifesaver because it is a specialized urgent care facility built exclusively for children and young adults, open late into the evening and all through the weekend. What stands out in the 2026 patient sentiment cards is how effectively they de-escalate high-stress moments. They handle acute pediatric issues like minor fractures, stitches, asthma flare-ups, or sudden high fevers in an environment designed to look like a colorful playground rather than a sterile clinic. The entire staff is specifically trained to keep children calm, which in turn keeps the parents calm.
It makes a massive difference when the environment itself lowers everyone's blood pressure. Finally, our fifth spot on the list goes to a practice for families who value deep-rooted, time-tested local history above everything else. Woodbridge Pediatrics Lentid, located right on Old Bridge Road.
This clinic is a true local institution. When you look at their ScoreDoc review metrics, there is a fantastic multi-generational trend. Local parents who actually grew up going to this exact practice as children are now bringing their own babies back to the same providers. They score exceptionally high for long-term provider consistency and a reliable, unhurried approach to routine preventative care. Choose Woodbridge Pediatrics if you want an established, deeply trusted team with decades of local neighborhood history and zero corporate fluff.
Let's lay out the final decision matrix to make your choice simple. Look at Capital Area Pediatrics offices on North Washington Street or Arlington Boulevard if you want modern digital workflows and a built-in network backup. Choose CASA Pediatrics for an intimate, bilingual, walk-in friendly neighborhood practice. Utilize PM Pediatric for specialized, stress-free evening and weekend urgent care, and choose Woodbridge Pediatrics Lechted for an established local favorite with deep multi-generational roots.
To look at the raw data cards and verify your own 2026 insurance compatibility for all 5 slots, just tap the direct ScoreDoc link right at the top of our show notes. No more guessing games.
Keep those kids happy and healthy, Woodbridge.